Today, we're going to be learning about piranhas and creating our very own emotion in art. This is a project that is based around the Deep Space Sparkle project of piranhas with personality. So, what I'm going to do is show us a little bit of how to do that, but then also make your very own emotions and faces and how to create some value just like that. So we're going to read the story Piranhas Don't Eat Bananas, and then we're going to make our very own piranhas. Whether they're scared, they're happy, they're angry, whatever type of emotion you feel for your piece. To begin our project, we are going to use our black paper, and I'm going to be giving you an oil pastel. I would like you to write your name and then your teacher code. Once you're done writing your name and teacher code, flip your paper over so then we can get started drawing our piranhas. The first thing I want you to do is to do a dot at the top of your paper and a dot near the bottom of your paper. And then I'm going to have you draw an oval, trying to connect those so that way it looks like the shape of our fish. The next thing we're going to do is draw a line going, angled on a diagonal like this and connect it to make our fish's tail. From here, the next thing you're going to do is do a curve at the very top like this. And then you're going to, so I just made mine a little longer and I'm going to bring it in here. So that way the fin on the top is nice and long. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our mouth. So think about those different piranha shapes that you were looking at and practicing earlier today. Draw the mouth, and then we're going to add in our teeth as well. Once you've drawn your teeth and the shapes, you're going to use your your chalk pastel. Now these are very fragile, so watching first, I want you to notice I am not getting all of the area covered because what we're going to do is we're going to smudge it with our fingers. So I have my chalk pastel on its side and I'm just dragging it nicely. I'm not pushing it hard because I don't want a lot of dust. Instead, all I'm doing is just going up and down and I'm just filling in a lot of the areas here on my paper. When you're ready, why don't you go ahead and start coloring in using the lightest color that you have. If you're thinking of doing purple, it's a light purple with a dark purple. If you're doing yellow and red, you'll start with the yellow. Okay, if you're doing blue, you'll do light blue and then dark blue. Same with green, light green, dark green. Once you're done using your pastel, you're going to use one finger only, and I want you to smudge it and smear it all over. So you can draw your finger left and right like this in order to smudge it all over the place. You do not want to take your whole hand or lots of fingers because we don't want to put that on the inside of our piranha's mouth. Instead, we want to just go around it. So use your finger, just one, so that way we stay nice and clean. And you're going to smudge it just like this. Do the body, the tail, and the fin. Try to stay inside of your piranha shape that you drew with the black oil pastel. If you find that you need a little bit more because you really didn't put enough down, you can always go back and just add a little bit and then be able to, smudge that too. So here I'm just showing you what it looks like if I go back and just add a little bit in some areas. I really don't want a lot. I put my pastel back where it's safe. Now the next thing we're going to do is I want you to take that darker color, okay? Using the darker color, I can see it pop. And all I'm going to do is outline a few edges. So I did it at the top fin here, and then I want you to do it down only one side of our piranha. I'm going to drag it down to its chin a little bit. Lastly, I'm going to do like an L shape on the tail. I'll do going down and just the bottom part of the tail. Then put your pastel back safely in the container so it doesn't fall. Use that one finger, and you're just going to just gently wake it up and blend it a little bit. I'm not moving it a lot, only moving it so it's nice and smooth in that area. Follow the line that you drew. Once you're done with this part, what we're going to do is I have a baby wipe at your table, and you're just going to wipe your finger nice and clean. The last thing is you're going to pick up the paper, and I want you to blow some of the extra dust off. You're not going to blow it at anybody's face, but you're just going to blow it a little bit so the dust comes off. Now, using that light blue, I'm going to draw my waves. So I'm just going to draw some nice waves on here. I'm not going to go through my fish. I'm just going to go right next to them and create this really pretty wave effect. Once you're done drawing your lines, you could add a little bit of white if you really wanted to, but I really love just the plain old blue. You're going to trace your finger over the pastel line that you drew just to kind of smudge it a little bit. That's it. We're not trying to make it go over the whole paper. We're just drawing with our finger over the line we drew. Again, clean off your finger. The next thing we're going to do is use the white pastel, and I'm going to have you draw in by coloring in the teeth of your piranha. So go nice and small. You can angle it on the side if you need to get like a sharper point of the pastel. And then you're going to make sure your finger is clean if you need to wipe it off, and you're just going to gently smooth out that white inside the tooth. Again, we're just using one finger. We're staying nice and clean. Now what I'd like you to do is take that oil pastel, and you're going to trace around the mouth and your teeth. So this way they look nice and clean lines. We're going to be retracing everything you initially drew. So once you're done with the teeth and the mouth, carefully, without putting your hands on your artwork, you're going to trace around your piranha, the oval that you drew, going over your fin. Go nice and slow. Watch where your hands are because you don't want to smear all of your hard work. So notice I have one hand that's helping me hold my paper. I'm going nice and slow, and I'm just tracing around the shape of my piranha. Going up and around. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make the eyes. And the trick to make two eyes that are the same is you're going to get a piece of paper like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half, okay? And then you're going to use your oil pastel. And what you're going to do is draw a circle. Once you draw your circle, you're then going to take your scissors and you're going to cut out your circle. And that's why we folded the paper. Because of folding it, now I have two that are the same. So think about, where do you want to put your eyes? Do you want them angled? Do you want them really close together? Do you want them, far apart, wide apart? It's really up to you. So you're going to then use your glue stick, And you're going to take the glue part and you're going to place it wherever you want it to be on your paper. Okay. All right, so I got that on there. And now, after I'm done, I'm going to take my black and I'm going to make my nice black eyes, pupils, right? And then change any of the expression that you want. So you can add in like a cool wavy kind of expression where mine looks like concerned. It's got these crazy eyebrows. It could be a boy, it could be a girl where you got eyelashes. It's really up to you. Once you're done with that, you're going to put everything back and away, and you are all set.